Okay, so imagine deciding you're going to visit every single country in the world. It's a huge goal, right? Now, what if you decided to do it without ever getting on a plane? Sounds completely impossible. Well, believe it or not, one person actually did it, and that's the incredible story we're diving into today. And that's really the big question, isn't it? I mean, how on earth do you pull that off? You're talking about a challenge of logistics, of bureaucracy, and just sheer willpower. How does one person manage to get around the entire globe, crossing oceans and continents, using only things like ferries, trains, buses, and maybe, just maybe, hitching a ride on a cargo ship? Just one. That's the number. Out of the nearly 8 billion people on this planet, only one person has ever managed to complete this journey. His name is Graham Hughes from Liverpool, England. And that single number, 1, really tells you everything you need to know about how massive this achievement really is. So how does a crazy adventure like this even get started? Well, it all kicked off on New Year's Day 2009. It began with just a simple ferry ride across a river, but the goal itself? Well, that was anything but simple. Yeah, this wasn't just some personal vacation. Graham Hughes had a couple of really clear goals in mind. First, he wanted to get his name into the Guinness World Records. And second, and more importantly, he wanted to raise money and awareness for the charity WaterAid. So right from day one, this was a journey with a real purpose. And at the very beginning, it almost seemed easy. Can you believe he knocked out all of South America in just 2 weeks? After that, he blitzed through 50 European countries, mostly by train. He even solved the problem of island hopping in the Caribbean just by hitching rides on local boats. The momentum was just incredible. But as he was about to find out, the world is a very, very big place. And this is where the romantic idea of the journey just slammed headfirst into a wall of reality. All that early momentum was about to face its biggest test yet, because this is where the real challenge began. So check this out. This really shows you the difference between planning a trip and actually living it. Graham had planned on it taking about 3 months to cross Africa. It ended up taking him nearly 3 years. Yeah, this one continent completely blew up his timeline and tested his resolve in ways he never, ever could have imagined. So, what went so wrong? Well, this is just one example of the bureaucratic nightmares he was up against. So he gets to the border of Mauritania, right? Only to be told, sorry, you need a visa, and we don't issue them here. His only option? A 1,250-mile bus ride all the way back to Morocco just to get the right stamp in his passport, and then turn around and travel all that way back again. That's not a travel delay, that is a soul-crushing logistical loop. But here's the other side of that coin. For all the hardship, for all the frustration, traveling this way, slowly, on the ground, it opened up a world that you just can't see from a plane. It led to these unexpected, profound moments of human connection. So picture this scene. Graham is on an overnight bus, somewhere in the middle of Iran. An elderly woman sitting next to him is on her phone, and she keeps looking over at him with this worried expression. A minute later, she just hands the phone to him. He has absolutely no idea what to expect. And on the other end of the line is her grandson, translating this incredible offer. A complete stranger was worried about a foreign traveler arriving all alone in the middle of the night, and her first instinct was to offer him the warmth of her home and a meal. It's moments like that, this pure, unsolicited kindness, that really became the true reward of his entire journey. So after years of pushing through literally every obstacle you can think of, the finish line was finally in sight. But the world itself had actually changed in the time he'd been traveling. And there it is, the final tally. 3 years, 10 months, and 21 days. Nearly 4 years of his life spent in constant motion, living out of a backpack and figuring out how to navigate a world without flight. The sheer amount of time this took, it's just a testament to an unbelievable level of perseverance. And his final country number 201, was South Sudan. And here is the absolutely unbelievable twist. When Graham started his trip back in 2009, the nation of South Sudan didn't even exist yet. The world had literally created a new country for him to visit while he was already on his way. What an incredible, impossible end to an epic Odyssey. Graham's story is so much more than just a record. It kind of forces us to ask a big question about how we see the world. By always choosing speed and convenience, what stories, what connections, what incredible acts of kindness do we just
fly right over. It's definitely something to think about.